Today's episode of the Meet the Braid podcast is powered by Northwest Pizza and Pasta, where if you think the pizza's good, try hands down the best wings in the valley. Nobody does wings like NWP. I mean, nobody. Order online to save time or takeout or delivery and enjoy the show. Let's get to it. Fellas, it's the Meet the Braid podcast. I am Monty Draper.
I am LG.
Lex B.U.B.
Oh, sounding crispy over there, young fella. We're back at the Reef. Shout out to Jaron, Lucas, Brian, my studio business partners. We're located in Oakland, California. That's where we've been at the whole time. I think I've said that, but I want to reiterate, like, recording from your own studio, it is pretty dope, and like part of the economics of podcasting. The Seguras, the Rogans, Joe and them being at Parks' place for the beginning of the show and whatnot, Queen's Flip and them getting their own studio. It's part of it, and it's such an honor and a really big deal. We got to get in the habit of like bigging ourselves up. Been on the road the last few weeks. We went up north to produce content for Dame Lillard. The NBA 2K Fest was announced. That's November 20th. Check that out. Produced and powered by Grand Nationxl. Storyline written by Brookfield Deuce and Kevin Allen. Kevin, DP, me, Nahomi Neary on audio, and excited for that to drop. And then got to do something even crazier with Push, Lex, Sal. We went to LA and produced content for the Gumbo Festival. Salute Anissa, Brittany, Jennings, Reggie, that whole squad over there that they got some special shit going. But ultimately glad to be fucking back home. It was a many few weeks. Yeah, man, I missed being in space with you guys. We still got the show done, and in the spirit of keeping the show lit, L went out of his way to try to get us really canceled this time. I just want to point that out. Like, normally it's jokes. This nigga in his threesome takes like really almost took us down, man. What is wrong with you, bro?
That's only right, man. I just wanted to, make sure we stayed alive while folks was on the road, so we good.
All the backlash, but no, the sick part is I had lunch with my mom and grandma yesterday or 2 days ago, and because my mom listens to the show, she literally had tears in her eyes laughing at the threesome part, and her favorite part was how Larry said it, and I think that was the sick part because he said it in the flow of the show, and niggas was just gonna roll right past that. It's like, nah, you can't just roll right past that. This nigga's talking about threesomes. Like, what's going on? So I had to spend an entire brunch with grandma and my mom talking about threesomes. So thanks, man. Thank you.
Not a problem, man. Anything I could do for you.
Anytime. Oh man. First, I want to give a shout out to all our viewership, listenership, everybody on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Simplecast, Castbox, Google Play, Stitcher. Salute to y'all. Like, rate, subscribe, share, keep it lit. And then y'all know all we do. Our YouTube viewership, fucking Let's Bubble Productions, Lex, our producer, killing it. Subscribe to the Monty Draper YouTube page, and inside that is a Meet the Brave podcast playlist that you can follow. But if you're smart, you'd hit the notifications, the bell, and then you get notified every time something drops. It's really, really dope. You would never miss it on a video. We have clips, we have full episodes, everything that you need. That's all our housekeeping shit, right? I feel bad. Let me get Lex situated. His microphone. Y'all talk amongst yourselves, fellas.
Yeah. So, life has been great for everyone, right?
Yes, COVID-free.
COVID-free. That's important, especially because everybody's going down. Like, I think we're catching a good wave now where it should need to be taken a little bit seriously, but nah, it's still something where you still have to live your everyday lives, and they trying to hold you back is what the mentality is in the second wave. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, they said no more snacks at the movie theater.
Bro, what movie theater are people going to?
They're still open.
Huh?
AMC, Century, they're still out there trying to collect.
But they not giving snacks?
Oh, not anymore.
What about alcohol?
The alcohol been stopped.
Damn.
And then I went yesterday, And then they were like, yeah, after tomorrow, which is today now, they were like, no more popcorn, no more nothing. So you can just go in and...
Well, I could see like trying to make sure that people don't share their popcorn. Like,
No, they said so that way people don't take off the mask to eat.
Interesting.
I just, after flying as many times as we have during COVID, working on full productions, a 14-hour production with the mask on, bro. Am I crazy? My like this part of everything was like raw, basically. Yeah. That wasn't fun at all. Like it was nothing fun about that. Yeah. But it helped me understand. I think it's the restaurant shit for me. We cannot eat inside, but you can put the tent on the curb, and hey, it's all good there. Mm-hmm. You can go grocery shopping. You can come to the movies, but you can't have snacks. Keep your mask on. None of it just really adds up in terms of the rules and regulations. That's besides the point. To your initial point, though, G. Hey, you're not gonna keep us down. The first wave we abided, and the shit was goofy. Now the second wave is here, and can none of us afford to have another financial hit the way that one was? So now we really not about to abide by that. And then everybody that built their outside patio makeshift shit, especially down here, what do you do? Like Somar was lit. Somar was lit like it was 2019.
That's what I was wondering. What is that thing that got over there?
You ain't heard?
Nah, what's that thing?
What you mean? What's that thing? That's Somar now.
What, that shed?
Hey, you're not gonna be disrespectful today.
They got that shit.
He said so hard.
Bro, they hung some bulbs in the shed, bro. They put that shit out for it. But it's enough like for a VIP, so they just got VIP.
No, it was.
Oh, that's how they set up VIP outside now. So gin poppers in the streets.
You're not hearing me.
And then
know how congested Somar would get.
Yeah.
Picture everything you've experienced inside, just moved outside. It was packed the other night.
Telegraph was packed.
No, Telegraph.
How they know they specific to Somar?
No, Telegraph was packed. This what's this? Shiru, Van Cleef, lit. Somar.
So so I'm just trying to get a picture.
I'm trying to help you out. Man. I'm trying to help you understand.
So do you go into Somar to get your drink and then you got to come outside?
No. You're not even going in Somar. The bar is now the entrance.
Oh, that's what that shed is. It's the bar.
No. You're not hearing me.
So I'm just laughing because El's making sure that everybody knows it's a shed.
No, it's a shed.
I'm trying to figure out what that is.
But you know how Somar normally has the security rails?
Yeah.
They've taken the security rails from how they normally would run parallel to the street. Now they box in the shed. So it's the shed.
Oh, the rails go out further. Okay.
And then the door to get in Somar, but the door to get in Somar is now where you get your drinks at. And then you go back in the shed to party. Going into the shed to party is crazy. Just want to point that out.
That's why I said,
I'm so confused.
My diagram not helping?
No, I'm just confused on like the shed area because wait, so the railing is going out into the street then?
No.
It's on the sidewalk? Where are these people gonna be at? Like, are these people outside though?
They're inside of the shed in the security rails. You're not hearing me.
Hey, if you don't get sick of that shed, it's not a thing.
That's what I'm asking y'all.
Because that shed is smaller than Somar was. So
at that point,
and also if you go in that shed, bro, you didn't lost me.
Can we just go back inside at that point if we gonna party in this little ass shed? That's all I'm asking.
For sure.
But neither here nor there. Second wave is here. Please stay safe. Please wear your mask. Please continue to wash your hands to sanitize.
You should be doing that anyway.
You should be doing it anyway. But now
remember to wash your hands. I think people forgot to wash. Like they started to wash their hands initially when the wave started because we didn't know what we were dealing with, and then we realized that. I think we're starting to approach the area of like how it was for like probably like the bird flu or whatever.
Nah, bird flu ain't even do this, fam.
No, I'm saying like the point where where you realize that there was something that happened, but is it really touching you?
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean? So like
The
if it's
degree of separation.
yeah, like for at this point, you would have to experience it in order to take it seriously. And for most of the public right now, yes, the numbers are astounding at this point, but it still hasn't touched the entire public.
Yeah.
So until the entire public gets touched, the seriousness of it, is it going to make sense to everybody?
Yeah. Yeah. Right now, especially right now, what's impacting people more is the economic despair than anything. So,
Oh, completely.
go ahead.
Also, not completely, but I think like if the Joe Buddens of the world can get COVID and not have COVID anymore, then for the most part, if you even a semblance of healthy, then you should just be able to go back and do what you need to do, and then just allow the people to catch it. But I know the issue that we're dealing with is not so much if people can withstand it, but the fact that anxiety is going to be high, that people are going to, as soon as they can't breathe, they're going to be hitting up the hospitals, and the hospitals can't take all these people.
Yeah.
And everybody don't have insurance like that either. So that's
Man,
what we're dealing with.
It's scary. It is the fallout of having a fucking clown be your commander in chief for 4 years. So, in the realm of accountability, I still want to go. America, we earn this bullshit, and I don't mean that. I think people are gonna take that like, oh, we didn't do nothing. No, it's not even about that. It's the neglect for it's the neglect of systemic racism more than anything. It's the neglect of societal racism and how something like this takes place. Someone like him gets in office. The disregard for it as a whole. So it's like, yo, niggas earn this one for real, and we can go on about that for days. But it brings me to
Yeah, I mean, but if we ever needed an example of white privilege, then there you have it. Because it's no other way that you can have this blunt disregard for any level of authority,
Man.
and get away with it.
Man.
You know, that's the only way that you can have it, is if you have a certain skin color.
Yeah.
Even if we can't really tell what that skin color is. But the also an issue that I think is unfortunate is that we aren't outlining that we aren't confirming that it's man-made, because I think that'll do a good amount of due for everyone to know that it's not something that's just like organic.
Absolutely.
Because there's no way that organically it can be, because we've had situations where diseases formed organically, but the way that this one is sweeping and how it's hitting direct organs and doing stuff this, that, and
but have we?
Huh?
Like that's the other thing too. Some of the diseases that have began with animals per se is by some of the toxins that were disposed of illegally by men. So then you go, is that organic? I don't really think so. A lot of the diseases that were on the ships that housed the slaves in the commute from the coast of Africa to here were a byproduct of a few thousand bodies being stowed beneath the bow of a boat on top of each other, with left in their feces and their vomit and shit. So that feels man-made to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's
we be fucking up. Yeah, we be fucking up left and right. But I think for this one, like I get that, and yes, it isn't always like that's. I would say that's even more organic than what we're dealing with.
I see. You know what
I mean? Because those are just clear neglection. That's not like somebody standing in a lab and putting certain things together in order to see how it attacks things.
It's gonna fuck them up right here.
You know what I mean? Like, and then using bio warfare. Like, we keep talking about this big thing on what is it? On like the what is it? like chemical warfare and shit like that.
Biowarfare, yeah.
We keep talking about like the issues with that and it being something where somebody drops a bomb on somebody and it clears out all these people. What about the subtle biowarfare where we just insert it into a host and have that host just go out into the world and not catch on until later? How about that one? You know what I mean? And that's the one that we're coming across.
What you got, Larry?
Have you guys seen that show Utopia?
No.
Not yet, no.
Netflix?
Amazon.
I'm thinking of Euphoria, not Utopia. Utopia, gotcha.
It's a show on Amazon Prime, and basically, at the beginning of every episode, they have to tell you that this show isn't based on COVID because the show was made, and basically, a dude makes a flu virus. Oh, spoiler alert! He engineers a flu virus, and at first, it's killing all the kids. And so they're trying to figure out what's this virus. And the reason it's called Utopia is because there's a comic book and these group of friends, they're digging into the comic book when actually the comic book is made by this girl's dad. And he's a chemist and he actually made these viruses because this higher power kidnapped him and made him make these viruses. And so he's trying to help his daughter fight against that higher power and find the cure, and he's giving all the notes and hints.
Holy smokes.
In the comic book. And so at the end, you find out that this virus is just the decoy virus, and he's making another virus that's supposed to make everybody not have kids.
Yeah, I would think that it would come down to, and this is completely hypothetical, but I would think that it would come down to creating something and dishing it out with the belief that everyone has a possibility of catching it, but knowing that out of all of the countries, the one that'll be hit the hardest is the U.S. because we don't take shit seriously.
We don't take shit seriously. The way we're laid out, the way we're overpopulated, the Bay Area, Los Angeles, New York, those major cities are ridiculously overpopulated and underprepared for anything like this. Whether you go hospital beds, whether you go supplies, like, and then for the ports and everything to be here and then to immediately run out of supplies to survive something like this is scary as shit. And no one's considered that in that first wave. And then it was like the first wave came, the panic, and then it just went away and niggas went back on their shit. And then now holiday season is here. It's like how long is the panic gonna last? But then also, G, that 2 weeks, that 2 week window of the election, the rhetoric I almost deactivated my IG because of that shit. Like the did you vote? You ain't vote. You ain't do this. I voted. Did and then did anybody notice how quiet it was?
Are you talking about amongst like the people? Gotcha.
Notice how quiet it was this week? Ain't nobody mentioned shit about nothing. So it's like, oh, you got done what you wanted to do. And now you kicking your feet up. The work is stopped for you. It's like, no, that is literally the opposite of how that works. You got what you wanted. Now the work begins. But it became, our affinity for popularity. I'm not even gonna go the fame route and the celebrity route. Our affinity for popularity and how that can kind of sway. Popularity can override facts a lot of the time, especially in America. And so they were able to turn the election and the conversation and the rhetoric around the election into a popularity contest and like this thing that if you weren't in on the conversation, you were missing out. And so you weren't in on the in crowd. And if we notice anything about the common thread between social media, and that's, from the days of MySpace and even before that, Black Planet and everything, and all the way up to our TikToks and now Clubhouse, I just want to be in on the conversation. I got to be in on it. I can't be left out. We'll talk about all the rappers that have been murdered in the last few weeks again, but what's happening to their music, they're posthumously. King Von's streams are up 1,000%.
They did what is that? The Billboard, not a Billboard, the Forbes for like the posthumous like the highest paid dead people, like dead rappers and shit.
Juice World through the roof.
I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah.
I didn't realize that they did like posthumous.
Well, you got
suicide.
you got to start having those conversations, right? And this is a shitty way to get into it.
That's a weird list to have. Man.
But rest in peace, another bright star from Dallas, Mo3, was gunned down in broad daylight on I-35. Anybody that's been to Dallas knows what a popular interstate that is, and
Was that his hometown?
yeah, murdered in his hometown. But his beef with rival crews in his hometown is well documented. His entire portion of his discography is centered around a beef with the other stars in his city. And the amount of marketing dollars pumped in to his music, the others' music, is just fueling the war. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Like I'm sick of it. Because we sat on the show and we discussed King Von last week, and even then the conversation was hard to have. But as the week went on, and the way Mo was murdered. Oh, and by the way, his mentor and somebody we call a legend in hip hop was trying to attend his memorial service and was shot at a strip mall. Boosie. So what people are asking, why is hip hop so dangerous? Why is this job, this career choice so dangerous? Y'all niggas y'all missing a point. Completely missing a point.
I think Joe made a good point on it being a profession that is completely based off of like interaction with your direct public, like without much like of a break between the two.
I couldn't disagree more. I'm
Really?
sorry.
Really? Because you do find yourself being like having to be in the public a lot, so therefore you are like people know where you are at all times.
How many of corporate America jobs, G, detail you are you dealing with vendors? You interact with strangers at other jobs. I get what he was trying to say. I wholeheartedly understand what he was attempting to say. That still is normalizing and negating how the label dollars are spent via the ability to market and be in bed with marketing companies. So what's driving conversation, what's driving clicks is violence. But it's violence against black people, specifically black men, that just somehow we can find the money to spend on that. NWA with gangster rap. There's a Soren. He's a published author and has a YouTube channel. He's become one of my favorite YouTube channels to watch. But his specific focus is how gangster rap changed America, not just the music industry, but America. So at one time, JJ Fad, Supersonic, is on the same label as NWA. Fuck the Police. They existed in the same spot. And Easy came up with the bright ideas like, oh shit, this is going to this clean cut great music is going to fund the shit that's going to break the bank for us, because America loves their violence. America loves their violence. And now 35 years later, here we are, young black men beefing over essentially nothing. Oh, I'm from this side of town. I'm from this side of town. You disrespect my hood, a hood that I don't own, and now I'm gone.
I was about to say that. But, you know,
a hood that I don't own, and now I'm gone. that kid, that 28-year-old kid Mo, I believe had three or four kids, and they got their dad's legacy, his music, and all his music is like, they plotting on me, they trying to kill what? And somebody's gonna turn around, i.e. Empire, who again, Ghazi, I love you, my nigga, but you keep missing a fucking point. God damn, that shit hurts. I got $100,000 to buy all the guns in the hood. Nigga, what? Then what? Who's gonna defend us from the police if I sell you my guns? I don't have a gun to kill another man. I got a gun in case I gotta start busting back at 12, for real. The shit it's not adding up, bro. And then for nobody to have the right conversation is only getting more frustrating. Because it's gonna be a RIP, every publication. Vlad's nasty ass is gonna repost a video of somebody's interview that he interviewed 2 years ago just to spike up his engagement on his site to sell fucking merch on the back end to leverage impressions. Am I off? Like, all of this shit's disgusting. And it's just continuing to feed on young men who have never been anywhere. And by the time they get some money and can travel, King Von never got to go to Europe because he had cases. He couldn't leave the country. You know what happens the second you leave this hellhole? Your entire world opens up and you go, man, I ain't beefing with a black man ever again. I swear to God. Shout out to DJ Flow and everybody at Battle Lab and At That Records for taking me to Europe my first time. It changed my perspective on everything, bro. The shit that I thought that mattered didn't matter anymore. This music shit became rap in the way that I was consuming it and had vision of being on, quote unquote, shifted completely because of how much they genuinely prop up music, specifically hip hop, but specifically hip hop from black people everywhere else but here. I don't have to kill another black person in my record in order for them to jam to my records over there, bro. Canada was the same way. This shit is getting old. And I won't stand for it. And it's become clear to me that for whatever reason, my ability to plan and execute is extremely powerful. So I'm setting my mind to eradicating violence in hip hop, but especially violence against black women, black men, and black children. That's pimping. That's killing. That's police brutality. That's all you niggas that keep propping that shit up. It's going to stop. Labels mainly. Ad agencies mainly. DSPs mainly because you niggas are guilty too. Spotify, guilty. Apple, guilty. Everybody's in bed. Stop propping that shit up. Stop pumping so many marketing dollars into other black people killing black people, bruh. And then everybody want to issue a statement, RIP. You can't mean it. You can't mean it. And then turn around and make a playlist with the same shit on it. There's entirely too much great music that props us up, that saves our lives, that encourages us to be healthy, that encourages us to be free thinkers, that encourages us to fight for our freedom, that encourages us to love our children, to love our women. There's entirely too much art, specifically hip hop, that exists in and around that. Shout out to Toby and his new shit. Oh my gosh. Shout out to Spillage Village and their new shit. Shout out Rap. Shout out GQ. I can go on and on all day about the great representation of black people in hip hop that exists. That goes unnoticed. That goes unmarketed. And still, you old motherfuckers want to sit around and talk about how much trash hip hop is. Fuck you. It's not true. Some great artists making some great music right now that represents us right. You're choosing not to see it. You're just as guilty as the labels and the marketing companies that are pumping dollars into us killing ourselves.
Yeah, well said, man. I think that was the nail on the head with the marketing stuff, man. But I get you. I get you. I just think, man, at some point, it's the same thing with like the housing market. Same thing with like with the job market. There's so many things that are set up against a specific group of people that it doesn't help. I would say that the mentality that we continue to have is to take out this aggression on each other. I can say that much. So until we take a step back and realize that there is an onslaught of resources used to keep us exactly where we are, which is warring with each other in our own community, then we will continue to fall victim to the exact same system and program. Like the program hasn't had to change. They have not had to make any adjustments. All they've done is put the program, slide it down, and all they did was put $1 on it. Just continue to put dollars on top of
That's
it.
it.
They ain't got to do nothing else. You ain't got to do nothing else. The people go out there and do that shit for them.
Yeah.
So like, I get we are irritated as fuck with the system in play, but it takes cogs to not know that they are cogs to continuously just do what they're supposed to do, which is I put money into this, you do what you do, cog. So if you don't want to be called a cog, then don't do what cogs do.
Man.
I'm sorry, but that's exactly what it is. So like, it's unfortunate that the beefs go to this hiatus and get pumped and put on a pedestal the way that they do. And that's part of my topic when it came to like longevity being pussy, is that it completely feels as if like it's pussy as fuck to grow old. You know what I mean? Like, and you would think that would be a goal in mind, but the more and more that you're, in your 20s and you think that 30 is old, you know what I mean, until you have the privilege to get to 30, you know what I mean? Like it's really that simple.
Dog. I have this want to interact with the 20, like I know the 18s and the 14s and all, they need us, but it's that 22 to like 28 that need us for real, that are completely disregarding how everything shifts at 30.
That's the lost soul.
Holy fuck, man.
Because it's such an in-between stage. Like, there's nothing that's directly at you besides the fact that you're trying to constantly grasp at youth.
Yeah.
That's it. All you're doing is like you're on a cliff and you're hanging. You're never going to actually get back on top of that cliff, but you're just like continuously scratching and rocks are just coming down. You know what I mean? Like you're constantly trying to get your balance on it.
Yeah.
But you're never actually going to get the grip that you want in order to reclaim the fact that you were young.
Man.
Like you're just getting older, but it's not like a bad thing. You know what I mean? Like free fall that motherfucker and allow that wisdom to come in. You know what I'm saying? But you don't get that without getting to age, but you don't.
Gilly,
we don't get the chance to actually get to that point, though.
Gilly said that. He's like, growing old is fly as fuck. Like, how did we land on that? How do we land on an opposite idea of that? And then how does it keep being perpetuated? That is, oh, you old niggas, this, that. No, dog, like, there's something to look forward to. And whether it's becoming a family man, whether it's seeing your business fully evolve into your vision. The Tyler Perrys, the Hoves, like watching what Issa Rae's doing, like Lena Waithe, like they're like, granted that the age variance between all of them is different, but the Jordan Peels with Monkey Paw, we just talked about that. Like Mahershala Ali, who's from here, you know what I'm saying? Like all of these amazing,
dope individual, man.
Dog, you know what I'm saying? But it takes, dog. Some of these people have dedicated 10, 15, 20 years to have their moment. If fame and notoriety and is all that shit that you love, stop undermining the process of Hove being told no, of Dame Dash assessing what was going on and be like, fuck it, we'll do it ourselves. And then doing it. And then having the luxury of being an OG and older statesman. That man, that man is a national treasure. If you get the privilege to share space with him, shut the fuck up and listen. So then you can too be that age and have achieved if you achieve a fraction of what Dame Dash has, you lived a full life. Like I was talking about it on Twitter. It's like, yo, protect our youth, protect our women, support and insulate our women. But our elders, respect and listen, dog. There's so much game.
Bro, did you see Chris Rock's interview with Neil Brennan?
Yes.
And him talking about the part of like Jim Crow and all that that isn't like the propped up one that we all get. Not even saying that what we get is propped up, but it's like the cool way of saying like Jim Crow was.
That's what
like
he's saying.
Where it's like it's like, you know, different.
It's just digestible. Yeah, it's digestible.
It's more digestible. You know, the back of the bus type stuff. You know what I mean? But not the day-to-day grind of it.
The dentist story he talks about, that part.
Bro, the shit and piss bags, having to get out earlier, just because we don't have enough staff that cares enough to make sure that y'all make it to where y'all need to get to safely. It's just like, it's the day-to-day hates, you know what I mean? And like they did it in Lovecraft, but the pioneering and like the, you know, like it's just a nonstop grind that is lost, I would say, with how we are now, with not understanding the full plight. You know what I mean? Like I don't think
because part of that is romanticizing it, and part of that is trying to convince us that it was so long ago. Shout out to DJ Pause, Ambush. My guys, the Casa and Yende, I got to finally do a record with the Jealous Guys from the city. Incredible duo. Been two of my favorite rappers, but we had a session in the city at DJ Paul's studio, and he had these posters and pictures, colored room air only, and the other one was an ad to no longer support black music. And it's this is an ad, and he was like, "Yo, the year's on the back," and it's framed, and I was like, "Yo, what year is it?" He said, "It's 1958." Whoa, 70 years ago.
Why Chappelle talks about his grandfather? It was not long ago. That shit's
not that long ago, man.
Bruh, when I was down in Louisiana, dude straight up told me, he was like, "There's two bars. One's for us, one's for them. Our bar closes at midnight. Theirs closes at 1. We got 1 hour to get home." Because he said if they come out and we get in a fight, we go to jail, they go home. Yeah. Like that, everybody in this county knows that. Yeah. So he was like, if you want to go out and get a drink, just go to that bar. And as soon as it hits midnight, just leave.
Yeah. So once again.
And that's now, 2020.
Yeah. Shit, this is kind of getting off topic a little bit, but and then like what the Florida governor is trying to get passed.
Oh yeah, passing being able to shoot rioters and looters and all, yeah,
and run them over with cars, and you'll get off. As long as they can prove that it was like it was an accident. And then also, like, if you defund your police system, then you can get taxed or something like that. You would lose funding on top of trying to defund them as well. So just stuff like that. So it's just it's things that are like trying to be written into different policies that works against a lot of that. So
It's just all so overt. Like it's not as discreet. It's not as concealed as everyone wants to make it. It's in the language. It's in, you know where it's most apparent at? It's most apparent in the it's most apparent in the pivot that these major companies attempted to make, and we want to support black voices, we want to elevate black voices, and now you do, because it's affecting your bottom line. That it's affecting your bottom line, and now you want to support,
or it could. They saw that it could affect their bottom line.
Yeah.
Like someone else that wasn't even affected yet, they were just jumping. It was like, hey, just in case it does, you know.
But that's the perception that Dame did an interview with Rap Radar, mind you, at his studio compound. Beautiful studio. But he just talked about the perception of hip hop and how much money everybody pretending is here. And we're talking about pennies. I'm not arguing with my folks over no pennies. Not no streams, bro. I'm sorry. Record sales, even then, I'm not fighting with my people over no pennies, no cents. Hip hop, fractions of cents, excuse me. Hip hop routinely has been used as a stepping stone to something else. Hey man, I'm gonna do this music shit for a minute, then I'm gonna go act. I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna start a clothing line. So what true attachment and commitment do you have to the nurturing of the youthful voices that are passing through, attempting to open up other doors for themselves? Man. And so to continuously watch visitors, and then those that are of our descent and culture, who are here for themselves, selfishly pulling up and have zero regard for our lives in the name of trying to prop themselves up for the perception of wealth, not true wealth. Because you don't have to do this to acquire real wealth. You don't have to perpetuate the violence and shit in hip hop music, because it don't exist nowhere else. No jazz niggas running around shooting each other, bro. Like it's not happening. Indie rock bands just start shooting each other tour bus up. It doesn't happen. But now we're here, and these young men who come from nothing, we're able to leverage and prop themselves up enough to have access to the perception of wealth, because it ain't real wealth yet, but they're close. And before they can even realize it and reap the benefits, they're gone. I think people get it fucked up and think Nip got to feel the impact he hadn't yet. He had not yet. He had to die to. I keep thinking about Bugs and his funeral. Like, Bugsy's funeral is so hard to think about as a day of celebrating your brother's life, because it was packed. The line was down the street. This man hosted charity dinners, through concerts. If a fraction of those people attended any of those things, he wouldn't have. Fuck. This shit don't be real, bro. It don't.
So longevity is pussy then. Damn. That hit it right on the head right there, man. That was a revelation. We ain't shit alive.
You know, you're nobody till somebody kills you. That only exists with us.
I mean, we're a fraction of ourselves when we're alive, though.
No, I mean, to everybody else.
Yeah, to everybody else. Yeah, to ourselves, we
What
better
if
be alive.
what if Marvin Gaye aged? Is he still loved the way he is? Do we remember his discography the way?
Nah, we'd have found out something from Marvin Gaye.
We make fun.
My man was way too smooth.
We
like,
roast.
They'd have found something.
We roast Stevie. Niggas roast Stevie Wonder, bro. This how sick. This is how sick we are. They roast Stevie Wonder.
Everybody get it at some point.
So, it almost benefits your legacy. Think of how sick that is. It benefits your legacy to die. Because they're not going to celebrate you while you're here.
Yeah.
We were right, me and Push, we were on the way back when you guys took the other car when we were dropping off the drums and stuff. We were talking about it, and a Pac song came on. I was like, bro, was bro really 25? 26? Mm-hmm. How did he do all that before that? Think about that. The amount of movies, the amount of albums.
Because he felt 30 was pussy. He got a leg up on it. He knew 30 wasn't possible for him.
Because you don't just write that and say that if you don't really believe it, huh?
Nah, fuck no. Nah, he knew it.
He knew it.
He was around some shit though. Like because for Pac, I think for him, instead of being somebody that is of the circumstance that he was in, like it is, and like he was like he was from a lot of those situations, he was more of like a artsy person that projected the situation that he was in. So if you're looking at that from the outside looking in, then you know that there ain't much time that you can actually spend this. So if I'm actually in this for any period of time, then yes, I'm going. If I can make it out of this, perfect. If I could just become a movie star, then perfect. But if I'm gonna be a rapper, the type of rap that y'all want from me, I ain't gonna be here for long. But the cold part is, bro was okay with that shit. That's different. Knowing all that and being okay with that outcome is part of something way bigger.
That shit is heartbreaking, bro. I wish that it didn't impact me the way that it does.
Because I don't think he'll be a rapper. He'll be an activist or some shit. Like he'll be something out of that realm. Ain't like he was about to turn into like Killer Mike and start telling you like shit that's going on in the hood and shit.
But even so, that's another great point, Il. Even Killer Mike is a part of one of the better runs of one. So couple things.
By the way, Run the Jewels has probably top 5 best videos.
Okay, so that's what I was gonna say. Right, currently
is crazy.
Currently, Killer Mike is part of one of the most impactful duos in hip hop history. That's no exaggeration. What Run the Jewels has come on the scene and do as a tandem. Shout out LP. Shout out Killer Mike. Shout out Will, the management. They're killing it. Guess who has no idea what Run the Jewels is doing? All the niggas. Run the RTJ shows are full of white people.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar shows full of white people. Childish Gambino shows full of white people.
Well, black people call out those people for not showing up in the times of protest for some reason. So
Them niggas are on the front line. Their entire discographies are dedicated to the advancement of black people.
That's part of their issue, is that their entire discography is dedicated to it. Where are they when they thought that they really needed to?
Oh my gosh. I sound sick, huh? I sound so distraught. But if I'm being honest, y'all, I don't want to do this here.
I believe I'm sorry to say this, but I believe our community is made up of people who are so interested in at some point having their run of people fucking with them at whatever cost. So like they kind of see like when it happens. So like I would say like when all that shit was going on during the protest, I felt like it was the protesters' time, or people that are interested in that part of things at that time that felt moved at that moment. I feel like it was their time to then have their moment where people are paying attention to them and they revved it up. They started performing. Bomani talks about this a lot. But like you're performing at that point. This is all performance. Whether it's like, it's not like you're on a stage and people are yelling name and stuff. It's kind of that way still, metaphorically. You're performing.
You're performing.
This is all performance, man. This
is performance art. But this is back. That's back to the initial point. Where the fuck did all that energy go? It was just last week.
That was their time. It fizzled. There's nothing to protest right now. Like somebody got to lose their life for us to protest again.
That's a bar.
We need somebody to sacrifice.
Which, not to completely switch directions, that's what made it hard to celebrate Jeezy versus Gucci announcement for Verzuz last night. I
didn't do it for you?
I have zero desire to debate who I think is gonna win this because I don't think it matters. That doesn't matter at all. Somebody died in that exchange.
And what's sicker is it helped both of their projects sell more.
They both had projects coming up?
No, at the time.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
When that happened.
Got it.
At the time. So I'm off it. So shout out to Verzuz and everything that they've done this far, but this ain't nothing to play with. I'm sorry. It sort of reiterates and solidifies my sickness in and around the promotion of violence and death amongst black people, predominantly black men, in order to leverage and upscale their names. The perception. It's disgusting. And whatever amount of money it took to make this happen, I hope it was worth it. And I hope niggas have a great time. I do. But I can't. Sorry.
Are you gonna watch Jeezy's talk show?
You motherfucker. Oh no. I will now. If it means nobody else has to die, my nigga got a talk show.
I mean, the $1 million question, man, is it a daytime or is it a nighttime?
This nigga's crazy.
Because I want to know, man. I think the people deserve to know. Like,
if it's a daytime or a nighttime show,
he'll make the announcement on Verzuz.
Facts.
I hope so.
But what is
Jeezy? I want to know if he's up against what is it? Kelly Clarkson, who unfortunately took Steve Harvey's place. I can't stand that little exchange. Like, who the fuck want to watch Kelly Clarkson? But
you want to know if he going against The View or if he going against
or is he like the
Jimmy Fallon?
Yeah. Like, what slot is my man in?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Daytime talk show for it, and then it's for Atlanta too, right? I'd imagine. So there's something there. There's something there.
How's he gonna do that and that Def Jam job?
The Def Jam job is a consultant to the VP to the something. So it's not a real. If he was like the VP or the president, I go, man. Yeah, he could. Yeah, hey, we zooming. I ain't really got to be nowhere.
Situation.
Send me the album. I'll listen to it. You know, like
that's some shit you doing like in the extra large socks. Like the extra large socks, 2 small sweats, but you got the suit top on.
That's what Kendrick Perkins said on. Kendrick Perkins was on ESPN the other day, and Stephen A. was complimenting his suit. He's like, Stephen A., okay, under here I just got on hoop short. From the top up, I'm clean.
For real, man.
Oh man. Oh man.
Nah, but shout out to them, man. I'm not really too into that. I haven't really been into versus but I do fuck with the idea of it continuing on. But we'll see. Who y'all got for it?
This feels like T.I. and Jeezy did to me, to where Jeezy didn't stand a chance against T.I. And niggas was just having revisionist history. It wasn't even gonna be close. No. Now, what's happened? And I gotta be the one to say it because niggas are because everybody loves Gucci and the way that I do. Like he is the trap god for sure, but hits wise, it's no contest. It's not even close. Am I crazy? It's exactly how I felt about T.I. versus Jeezy, where it's like Jeezy didn't stand a chance. Now I feel like Gucci doesn't stand a chance hit for hit.
Yeah. Definitely not hit for hit, but Gucci gonna just have to ride a wave and just let it slow burn. Like, he can't be trying to go up against hit for hit. Like, you can't put, Lemonade out?
Lemonade is the one.
Lemonade's gonna do numbers.
Lemonade and
Wasted.
Lemonade, Wasted. Bricks, and
those are wins for me.
What's the Mariah record? Obsessive or whatever.
Yeah. What about Freaky Girl?
Obsessed. Yeah.
Freaky Girls. Obsessed. So we got 5. 5 rounds that he should win.
What about Go Ahead?
You play Go Ahead, I'm gonna play Air Forces. You see what I mean?
But yeah.
And then who gets So Icy?
Probably Gucci. But see, if he plays So Icy and then Jeezy plays Manny, who you going with? First, I'm gonna stack, and then
I'm gonna go. I'm going So Icy. I'm sorry, nothing's beating So Icy. So Icy's special. So Icy changed everything. So I'm giving Guwap. It's 12-8 still. It's the same score I had for T.I. and Jeezy.
I have 17-1. I don't even know if that's enough rounds. I probably ended a few rounds early.
You had 17-1 for who?
Huh?
For who?
T.I.
Oh, T.I. Damn, you was only giving Jeezy 1 to 3 rounds?
I mean, if you wanted some more of those. Yeah, I guess it would have been 17-3 then.
I really, what would be the 3 songs that L would be like, all right, Jeezy, you got that one.
That's a great, see, I would have to go into Jeezy's discography. I'm sorry, I just haven't listened to Jeezy since Jeezy's days.
Since 101?
Yeah. Like, it's been a long time. Like, that would have been back when we were doing, like Summer Jam and shit.
Yeah.
So it'd have been a while ago.
Yeah. Nah, yeah. Jeezy T.I. would have given, yeah, I had it 12-8 and I was being generous. And so now I have it 12-8 Jeezy for him and Guwap.
But I can go into King, Serious, it's too
King,
many
I'm Serious, trap music, urban legend. Nothing's fucking with that.
Yeah. You could have just put some random shit from T.I. versus T.I.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. What do you got? I feel like you don't you disagree. I feel like you got to get a closer.
What with T.I.?
With Jeezy and Guwap.
Nah, I still got it 12-8.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That I still know more like Gucci songs than I do Jeezy songs. Like off the top of my head, like I could have named all those off the top of my head. I cannot do that for
Jeezy. Yeah,
like I think Go Crazy.
Go Crazy is gonna win any round it's in. Air Force is gonna win any round that it's in.
President's Black.
Everybody keeps saying that.
No, I'm just saying that's a song I can say on top of my head.
Oh, I feel you.
I don't know too many songs.
Put on.
Put on. Nothing's beating that. Right? Am I tripping?
No.
Okay. He can just play 1-on-1. He can just let that run.
That's what I'm saying. So, you know what? That'd be perfect. So
Soul Survivor, all that shit. Like,
if he just get Guwap out of here with the 1-on-1, then he could set up battle number 2 with Rick Ross.
He don't want that.
That'd have been the 2 people that can make it to the second.
He don't want that smoke.
He can't. He can't go against Ross.
The fact that Ross had to let up against Chains, I don't think nobody want that Ross smoke.
But he'd have been the only one that could make it out of the first round by given who his first round was.
Oh, you mean just not having to go? Well, no.
Like, don't have to go all the way out with your.
Well, see, and that's the misconception with Jeezy. Like he's kind of top heavy in that.
Yeah, that's true.
Whereas 101, the Snowman mixtape, maybe the Recession, and you're like, okay, that nigga went. Where Ross, it's no contest in that. Again, nobody want that Ross. Leave Ross and T.I. alone, please.
So should those two go at it?
That was the matchup I was saying all along. Them the only two niggas that make sense, right?
That would have been crazy.
That one made sense.
Yeah,
Chains and Gucci makes sense. Chains and Jeezy makes sense. They just got see.
Yeah, you'd have been right with that.
I should be doing. See, that's why I should do a versus.
You was right with that.
Who would we do versus from the Bay? I could do. Nah. Nah, that wouldn't be a good one.
Don't say nothing that's gonna spark a whole.
I know.
Yeah, I was like, Monty do his own thing.
You on your own, young fella.
Speaking of Chains, you guys listen to his album?
Yes. What's it called?
I have a thing, man. I feel like it's tough as hell to listen to some of that stuff right now. Like listening to 2 Chainz at this point in time, it's gonna be tough. Cause
So
like,
help me God. It's the man.
So help
me God.
Yeah. I did like that song with
Wayne.
No, besides that.
I mean, yeah.
Brent Fayez.
Brent Fayez, yeah. That's a
yeah.
joint. The one with yeah. That's a joint.
He's kind of like a cheat code too.
Brent?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. He's the new cheat code.
Yeah.
But shout out Chainz. He don't have a bad album to me. True, Pretty Ladies of Trap Music. Like, does he have a bad album?
Yes.
Chainz does? Which one?
Shit, that first one he dropped.
That's not true.
Chainz, I was having a hard time listening to Chainz albums to begin with.
Really?
Yeah. Like, it wasn't until Pretty Girls Love Trap when I was like, okay, I get it. But, like, before then, let me look back at his discography. But his first 1 or 2,
I think I'm the opposite of him.
I can't go through them.
Yeah,
albums.
I everything Chainz has put out, I've been here for album wise. Like,
yeah, based on a true story, nope, not for me. Boats too, nope, not for me. It wasn't until we got to Felt Like Capping, Collard Grove, Daniel's Son Necklace, yep. Hibachi for Lunch, yep. And then Pretty Girls Love Trap, yep. So, like, it was later on for me. It was those first 2, though, that was like...
Okay. I could see that, though. The first 2.
I feel like Boats, he tried to go a little commercial on it, and it just didn't hit for me.
What single was on Boats?
Feds is watching.
Feds is watching, yeah.
I got you. I'm with you. Yeah, salute Chainz. I just again, the longevity thing. His story, his ascension in music is pretty special.
Yeah. I love Chainz mentality though.
Facts.
I do love like he was talking about like the like him giving up on getting like a Jay-Z verse. And it was just mainly because of like how his personality is. Like I can ask you 3 times, but after that 3rd time I'm probably just like fuck it.
Yeah. And then also just his mentality, right? Because you see it. You see the cats with the access. And I salute. I got to see Mike Smith down in LA. My brother, he hooked us up and connected us with some other incredible musicians. But I credit Mike Smith and Tim House for saving me as an artist too, where it's like, yo, bruh, do this shit on your own merit and don't be dependent upon what your niggas might have established already, right? And if you're sensitive, which I am, I think I'm pretty open about that. It's like if you're sensitive, you could take that the wrong way and not apply pressure and just go work on the shit yourself. And it's kind of what Chainz was saying with where he was like, I don't have no, everybody thinks I should have a grudge with Luda and all this shit. He's like, nah, he provided me access, and because I'm a hustler, I just finessed on my own. And I think that's why I love Change's story so much, because it's not written with such and such did this to me, such and such did that to me. It's like, nah, nigga, I did it. I did this. I just did the work. And how he connected with Wayne is just so dope. But it makes sense. It just makes sense with just frequencies and energy exchange and what type of time you on. It's like on some regular shit. So his story just reigns of champion to me.
I agree with that.
Yeah, man. Salute Chains and true longevity. His album is infused with a lot of melody, whether it be from him or the Brents of the world. Mm-hmm. You got an interesting take.
Well, it's not exactly mine, but I piggybacked off of it. There was it would come from R&B, of course, but it was what's her name? I forgot. Anyways, but yeah, R&B is like in 2020 at least has overtaken rap or hip hop. And
what does that mean?
There's a reason why, though.
What does that mean?
It's kind of skewed. Huh?
What does that mean?
Like R&B has been more effective in this year, but it also skewed by COVID, I would say, because when you don't have the access to touring and stuff like that, a lot of people let off the gas.
So what R&B?
But records, I think R&B is better like suited for 2020 than rap has been.
What R&B records have come out? Because I've heard this multiple times, and I've also heard people say that there's just not enough music and not enough content being released as a whole. And my experience has been the complete opposite in 2020. So I'm trying to understand, because the R&B thing I could get on board with slightly if.
I think R&B don't even have to drop albums though. Like they can drop EPs, they can drop a twofer here. They can just do effective songs and make it through a year like this better than rap would be able to, or hip hop would be able to, just because hip hop is more predicated, or has been more predicated, on how it interacts with crowds, like club sequences.
I just disagree.
No?
I heard Joe say this. He's like, I'm disappointed in the artists that haven't been releasing music. And I'm like, what? Am I tripping? Or has a fire-ass rap album come out every week of fucking
I think the right rap albums have come out for sure. For sure.
So what? I don't know. Maybe I'm missing it then. Because I'm just going, I get that niggas want the club niggas to do it, but the club niggas don't, like you just said, don't suit right now. So the niggas who release like albums are putting albums out, and they're performing really well because you're able to digest them. This is a lot of music right now.
It's a whole lot of music.
And a lot of...
It's possible that there has been a lot of rap albums that have hit, but they have not made it onto playlists long enough. Like as long as they probably would have made it if we had more things to listen to them in, like more settings to listen to them in.
That makes sense. So is that so now back to the original question. Is R&B getting hip hop out of here in 2020, or is it just the way
it could completely be circumstance, but this was a question that was needed for the room. Like I wanted to hear what the room felt about this one.
I clearly feel away. I clearly feel away. I can't even hide it, because it's like, as much as I love R&B and how disregarded R&B has been, and having the champion R&B for the last decade and be like, no, there's really great R&B coming out. Niggas sleeping on Jasmine Sullivan for a decade is criminal. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I just the hybrids of the Sminos of the world, like the internet, Sid, like it's been an insane amount. Shout out,
I'm gonna lean towards this because Janae dropped this year, so y'all gotta stop it.
This sick fuck works out.
That was a workout mix right there. So
works out the Janae.
That was a workout mix. So let's just temper. Let's just put those brakes on real quick and remember that Janae dropped this year, right?
Yeah.
Sean dropped this year too, but we don't remember that. I know Janae dropped. Yeah, You know, Sean was a little. I don't know if Sean was putting off and waiting until 2021, but that album was.
See, I'm gonna go. You go Sean. I go Gibbs. That Alfredo shit.
You got me.
Yeah, I'm just like, all right, I feel like some rap. The RTJ drop doing great. Like I'm just, it's like a lot of shit that has come out rap wise.
Mm-hmm.
And so whenever I have these discussions with people, it's usually y'all, but it's all the niggas you wouldn't check for.
Right.
Griselda and what they've done this year. It's been 8 projects this year. That's crazy. That's insane.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to talk about Griselda.
Hot take.
Nah, we're gonna have to be real with ourselves about Griselda at some point.
What we doing? I'm here for it.
How quality are these Griselda drops?
Ooh, nigga. Somebody said it on wax.
I'm just saying.
Come on, G.
Like,
Come on.
are they just putting out albums?
Come on.
And is it just that they're putting out quantity? Is that what we're dealing with right now? Because I get it. I understand that that is. It's great. It's good to have music that tends to gear into a certain pocket and has a similar sound. It makes you feel comfortable in it. It makes you feel like it's something that's really good at the time, I guess. But I don't know, man. And this is somebody that I rock with Griselda. Like I do. I fuck with it. But I'm having a hard time believing. I'm not gonna lie on my part. Yes, Griselda dropped like 8, 9 albums this year. I probably heard the front 3. And now I have a hard time when there's one that dropped, for sure going back. But when one drops that I'm about to just listen to it through. Y'all gonna tell me like what songs work on it. I don't know if this is like.
So you didn't fuck with the Benny and Hit Boy tape?
Nah. I'm sorry. I was listening to y'all talk about it, so I'll fuck with that part.
I like how y'all fucked with it. It wasn't for me per se.
No, like I fuck with the fact that y'all
so
fucking
cool.
with it.
L's so cool. No, G, I'm not even here to bash you for that take. I'm here to applaud you for being the nigga to say it. It's a lot of dick riding going on in the Griselda realm. I will say that. I'm a super fan though.
I fuck with him.
I'm a super fan.
When does what's the name drop?
Who?
St. John.
The 20th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm interested in where that's
I mean, always St. John. And St. John. We got to be honest about St. John too. The music tight, but it's what it does to women that really has the fucking impact. Like I got to keep it a buck. Like I love the music. But every time I'm around, every time St. John drops, I just happen to be around a bunch of women. I'm like, oh, this nigga's got it. It's the Drake impact. Like I heard so far, the first time was around women in Houston. Ain't nobody been able to tell me shit about Drake ever since. You know what I'm saying? So salute to St. John and that whole squad, Biggs and all them. They got some special shit going.
Gotcha.
But back to the Griselda point. And I don't even hold them for this. It's, again, that popularity shit. They don't make music, with the exception of Benny, of course, and now Khan. They don't go out of their way to make music palatable for the masses. So for the masses to pretend like they fuck with them is disingenuous. And so that's sort of the impact that it's having on the average consumer, where it's like, But because that's why I fuck with the honest take versus the niggas who pretend. I've listened to every Griselda drop this year and love every single one. And I'm probably gonna give Wes the album of the year out of the whole camp. To be honest with you,
Pray for Paris.
Not Pray for Paris.
The last one.
Smile.
Not Smile. What is it called?
Sunshine.
What that Pootie did the artwork for?
Yeah, that was the last one.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Sunshine something.
Anyway, I'm gonna give West the red. That Sheen Gun shit though is crazy. What would Sheen Gun do as a crew record was crazy, was hard too though. All that to say though, G, I'm glad I appreciate you for the honest take because there's a bunch of niggas around here lying about that.
Who made the sunshine?
Who made the sunshine?
Yeah, who made the sunshine? Yeah. Yeah. See, once that album dropped, it used to be like, oh shit, let me check this out and see what happens. Mm-hmm. Now that album dropped and I didn't even think twice about putting it on.
But you also are pretty honest about the type of bag you like to be in, especially during to get you through the week, and then you consume music like a real music connoisseur. Like you be at the house and you'll turn music on.
Yeah.
Like I appreciate that about G. Like you know how few people listen to music at their crib? I always got music on. Music or a podcast. And it's like I need a speaker in the bathroom, my room, the kitchen, or I just gotta have headphones on and it's not for everybody, but there's always music on. And so few people do that. The Griselda shit for me, I'm a sicko. Like that's the shit I can just turn on at the house and just like clean up and shit. I can clean up. Like a lot of niggas like to clean up the R&B. If it's not R&B, it's probably Griselda, maybe Gibbs and them, but for the most part, it's R&B cleaning up. You need the hybrid bag. You're the Russes of the world, the Brents, the Janaes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe Drake trained my ear. Pause. It might have been views.
Hey, bruh.
Get this nigga, man.
It is the stamp views. That L is the sicko.
It might have been views, man. Like he said, I'm gonna turn you on to playlist niggas, and that nigga was effective at that shit.
Oh man, let's before we wrap it up. Have y'all watched the trailer for the Fresh Prince reunion? And what do we think?
I'm scared to watch it, so I haven't watched it yet.
Wait, it's out?
I thought it come out this week.
Okay, I was about to say.
I mean the trailer. I ain't even touched it.
What are you nervous about?
You know, because that's like, for me, that's like my childhood. So if I just even look at the trailer, it feel a little,
Oh, damn, Uncle Phil not going to be. Oh.
Yeah, you see?
Yeah,
there's certain things.
Yeah. It's interesting the way that they did it. But I did watch the trailer. I'll definitely watch it because you just got to watch Will perform. But I don't know. I don't think that it might not be that good though.
What?
It might not be that good.
Why you say that, man?
Because Uncle Phil pushed everybody.
R.I.P. James Avery. Let's start there. Damn. Is that why you're saying that, G? Are you saying that for that reason too?
Yeah, it sucks not to have a full cast there. I mean, this one was permitting just because of the passing of James Avery, but I think also it was real performance based again for this one. Like they really did up. This is gonna be full on like a Will vlog that they happen to put some money behind on a network. You know what I mean? Like on a network to show the reunion or whatever. So it's gonna be a lot of his performance on there. And I don't know about the whole. I do want to hear the backstories of some of that stuff. Like that's some shit that they've talked about before. Like the whole what James Avery said in Will's ear when he did that scene with him and stuff like that. That stuff we know. But him sitting down with the old and Viv, I think they don't make a big deal out of that stuff like that. I think some of these things are gonna be real performance based.
Oh, so both Aunt Vivs are on it?
Yeah, him and old Aunt Viv pieced it up. Dark skin Aunt Viv. That's so crazy to say. I don't know, man. I'm not rolling with y'all on that. I think it's gonna be great. Like, who doesn't want the backstory to the process and stuff? Like, no, you're not here for it.
No,
you don't want to see how the sausage is made.
Sure.
Pause.
By the way, bro, watch it. Seeing how hot dogs and sausages are made, man, makes it like, bro, that shit make it hard as hell to eat that shit, bro. Like,
see, everybody watched that. What was the meat documentary on Netflix?
Yeah, I forgot what it's called, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And then it had no impact on me at all.
You was just watching it eating a hot dog? Pause.
Facts. Like y'all niggas about to play with me and like fried bologna and shit like that, bro. I'm come on, man. Stop. I'm from a different era, man. Yeah. Fried bologna.
It's only the hot dog, man. Like the hot dog was a no-go. I cannot give up on hot links.
It's the same thing.
Nah, man. Bro. Like it's different though.
It's the same thing.
There ain't no more Franks, man.
You know how much a pack of Franks costs? Nah.
Yeah,
so,
but
niggas not here for the reunion. All right.
Nah, I'm gonna watch it. I hope I'm wrong on what my thoughts are on it. Like I hope that I'm wrong on like how they're gonna do it. Hopefully it's tasteful.
I met Carlton in Tahoe.
Was he performing?
Nah, he was fucked up though.
That's what's up.
But I
was he as fucked up as Cousin Skeeter dude?
We met him?
No, we didn't meet him. Ain't that the one that gave the shots at the Maestros?
Oh, that was him. He sent the shots? No, he didn't.
I don't know.
Damn, we did see him at Maestros, whatever. How you pronounce that place?
I don't know how to say that shit either, but anyways.
Damn, we did. I forgot. I completely forgot about it. I don't think he got it. I don't think he ordered us around, though.
Oh, okay.
But Carlton, that's fucked up calling him Carlton. Alfonso. He was at the celebrity golf tournament one year in Tahoe. Fucked up. And they were on stage, but it's like it was the most random group of people. It was like him, Charles Barkley, Gary Sheffield. It was the most random group of motherfuckers ever. And Carlton comes out, and the whole crowd wanted him to do the Carlton. And so it just, and I had a sober moment at that point and went, oh, fuck. He's been doing the Carlton dance for 20 years, bro.
Yes. Everywhere he goes.
Everywhere.
He probably hates that shit.
He definitely hates that.
What?
In the grocery store shopping with your family, hey, can you do the dance real quick? People are sick. People are sick.
Bro, people want you to do that shit wherever you go, man.
Hey, can you do the dance real quick?
Bro, just imagine that. Like, they don't even want a picture for you. They just want you to do the dance so they can do.
What's even worse is now they're probably like, let me record it.
Yeah, they want to record it.
Yeah. I think that's it, fellas. Did we miss anything, G? For you?
No. You said you had something on This Is Us?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. Okay. I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna do that to them just yet. I'm gonna get him one more week. Yeah, I gotta get him one more week.
Oh, you had a hot take?
I had a hot take, but I realized I was gonna become the things that I despise if I did that. So let me give him one more.
Yeah. You gotta take 2 steps back.
So you ain't too fond of the first
Okay,
two.
Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do that to me.
You feel like the you feel like the writing is a little too.
One more week.
I get what you. I get what you.
One more week.
I kind of get where this take is going.
I didn't say it.
Wait till the next episode.
Dun dun dun.
I mean, it does suck.
L.
See, he was going.
Now I gotta put my producer hat on. I just said, wait till the next episode.
Dun 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 dun.
All right, you got a point.
Mm-hmm.
But one more thing. Did we miss anything, Lex?
Nah.
Oh, did y'all get y'all PS5s?
Are you PlayStation or Xbox or
Xbox?
I'm PlayStation.
What are you?
PlayStation for sure.
Okay.
I got that red ring that time when they got the red rings. Back when I was Xbox person, it was over.
And that's what happened to me.
Yeah.
You were red ringers,
Yeah.
Same thing with iPhone. I had Android. I got a weird ass Android phone, like a 3D gimmicky phone that they got.
You were standing on your square as far as like not fucking with the iPhone shit?
Yeah, but then I switched over and jumped all the way into the ecosystem, and they got me from there. So like,
I was super Android, and then basically what happened was I kept watching porn on my phone. And that shit just started fucking up all the time. So I was like, look, man,
it's crashing.
Between that and Daft Piff and just downloading other mixtapes, my shit was fucked.
Phone was overheating. The shit was overworked.
That is hilarious.
Well, it's like, bro, you on way too many websites that we can't recognize.
So what is the difference? Because
you ain't got one.com on your searches.
I jumped out of the gaming game a long time ago. Explain to me the different worlds and like if that's a gang, are the PS5ers Crips or Bloods? Which one?
I would say that they're probably Bloods. Cause I would say like on a wide scale, I probably might get in trouble for this shit. But
the PS5ers are the PlayStationers are more popular. You would say
exactly.
Got you.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Being a Blood seems to be like the popular thing.
Yeah, I think more people that know nothing about that gang culture would say that they are a Blood.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, or side with being a Blood.
Got you.
But or probably just like the color red. But PlayStation, I think, does have that like culture. You would say that a lot more people fuck with. I think only Xbox was popular because of Halo.
Yeah.
So like, since that was their specific game to that box, that made people have to pick between the two. But now, I would think that people have made enough. I don't know. I could be wrong, but some gamers, like if you're a gamer, you have both options.
Got it.
Yeah. And now it's at that era of banging on wax where the Bloods and Crips make
they
albums.
got real.
Now they're coming out with games where it's just compatible and everybody can play together.
Yeah, I think. And then
so you can play online with niggas that have.
Yeah, like certain games, like they're starting to merge it together.
Yes.
So then it's just
no fun.
More about what controller are you
Y'all
more
all in the
comfortable
same
with.
gang now.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're blurps.
Blurps.
Yeah, I was thinking though with this gaming console, with this edition of it, that they would have made it smaller, so they would have put it into like the sequence of like a, I don't know, like the Amazon
Apple TV or
Apple
something
like that. I thought they'd have made it into like a smaller box.
The Fire Stick. Ooh, the Fire Stick.
Yeah. So I was thinking that they would do it that way, but I didn't factor in that this is a huge economy push thing. So they have to separate themselves and keep their culture together. So they have to continue to make these large systems as opposed to making it smaller, which I think would have been better for them to like be easily able to go from place to place. But I don't think they're looking at taking people on the road anywhere.
Nah, stay your ass at home.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, fellas, another great show in the books. Glad to be back at the Reef. Remember to like, share, subscribe, whatever you are consuming on all of our listenership. For our viewership, YouTube, hit the notifications. This has been another episode of Meet the Brave, and we'll see y'all next week.
Love.